Greetings and salutation. This is Carla from MooreTalkJa. Let me tell you something. The majority of the people I know wake up, them go through them day, and at least one time during the day, them say to themselves, I cannot believe this is my life. And not in a good way, not in a Cardi B standing in her mansion with her Louis Vuitton bags kind of way. In a, I can't believe I'm alive this. And this happens at any age. Where you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you look around, you don't really like your job, you don't particularly like the way your children have turned out. You know that instrument you should have been learning from when you are not learning it. You have 15 business ideas a day, but you never activate on any one of them. And for some reason, happiness eludes you. I cannot believe this is my life. And that was me. And then I had to really get honest with myself and ask myself one question. I said, Carla, if people were to look at how you are on you, if they were to look at your life now, would they know you? Would they know what you're passionate about? Would they know what you're brilliant at? Would they know the things that bring you joy? No. And I think most of you are in the same position. If people were to look at how you are spending the hours in your day, the apps that are on your phone, the websites that you're visiting most frequently, if they were to look at the documents that are on your devices, they would not know you. They would not know what you're passionate about. They would not know the things that make you fulfilled and bring you joy. They wouldn't know you. And a part of that is because you don't know that. So I'm going to lay out for you 4 questions that I think are useful if you want to get to your more fulfilling life, right? I asked myself these questions, and now I am being trained as a life coach because I recognize that I get up every day and I help people, and that's what my purpose is. But there was nothing in my life that indicated that I took that seriously. So let's go. 4 questions. The first question, what do you want? Not like, oh, do I want ice cream? Do I want pineapples on my pizza? What do you want from your life? Right? Now, a lot of us are living lives that we think we want, but actually we're living lives that we have been told we should want. We're living lives that we have been told we should want because, oh, people from this community, they need financial security. Oh, woman always want to settle down with man to take care of them. Man want to have 5 million woman out the door. Oh, gay people this and, you know, whatever. What do you want? You. What do you want separate and apart from what your family wants from you, from what your community wants from you, from what your gender, your race, your ability status tells you you should want? What do you want? And sometimes we struggle with that because the question that you actually need to ask yourself is, what do you need? When you start asking yourself, what do you need? Then you start to get to things like, well, I need fulfillment, I need joy, I need adventure, I need financial security and stability, I need a deep connection with spirituality. Those are the things that I need. Okay. That's what you need. Second question is, what are you willing to give up to get them? So now I'm realizing it's 5 questions. This is a subsidiary question, but it's a question nonetheless. What are you willing to give up to get it? One of the things that keeps us in the starting block, right? So we've decided that we want to change our lives. One of the things that keeps us in the starting block is a fear of letting go of the things that we had. Even when we can come to a place where we can recognize that we don't actually want them, the fact that we have them gives us a sense of security. And when we have to let go of them, it feels terrifying, especially if we're doing it without any type of support, right? Because sometimes we are little children and we need a little hand holding to get us to where we need to go. So, a little hand holding, right? This is me holding your hand. What are you willing to give up to get it? Yes, I know all of the IG motivational people have said it to you, that the life you want is going to cost you the life you have, and it's absolutely true. It's not going to cost you the whole thing. It's going to cost you some parts of it, right? But if you're realistic and you're honest with yourself, you actually don't want them. Or even if you want them, you're willing to part with them in pursuit of something else, right? So what are you willing to give up to get it? The next question is, what do you have in your current life that can get you to your ideal life? Now, when you start to do that analysis, when you start to do the reconnaissance, when you start to sit down and do that audit of your life, you might be like, throw the whole life away, throw the whole thing away. I cannot believe it. I have failed at this life. I have not done anything meaningful with my life. I have nothing to show for it. That's a lie. That's a lie. We're not going down that road. This is not about you beating up on yourself. You have done amazing things with your life, but you can do amazinger things, right? Sometimes inside of your existing life, there are the little seeds, little kernels of brilliance and potential that are going to get you to the life that you want. Sometimes it's a contact that you made when you were working at a company that you absolutely abhorred. Sometimes it is a skill set that you picked up by being in relationships with people who gaslight you. Sometimes it is something that you're able to do just because people in your family have always done this, so you just naturally know how to do it. Sometimes it's a skill or a talent that you have that you're like, oh, it's just this thing that I can do, and you've never taken it seriously. Me as a helper, a supporter, a lover, a mind opener, now I'm becoming a life coach. People, I'm talking to you from my life here, right? So the kernels of potential for the life that you want are hidden inside of the life that you have, and sometimes all you need is a little guidance to find it, and you can find it and you can use it and you can get where you need to go, right? So what do you have and how will you use it? And the I guess at this point, this is the fourth question. Why does success scare you? No, I know everybody came here expecting me to be like, why are you afraid of failure? Forget that. Yeah, of course it's natural to be afraid of failure. It's failure, but why are you afraid of success? Right? A lot of us have a much harder time with this question, but actually it is our reality. We are afraid of success. Why? We're afraid of success because we don't have a roadmap for it. We haven't really seen many people around us be successful in that way, that they have money and also they are fulfilled by their jobs. A lot of the people around us, especially if you come from communities of color, especially if you don't come from generational wealth, the people in your family have done what they have to do to move the generations forward, and a lot of them have sacrificed being fulfilled in their lives because of it, or they have shifted their idea of fulfillment. I'm fulfilled because my kids are doing well. I'm fulfilled because, all of those things. And some of those things might hold true for you, whereas some people might want to move to an experience of fulfillment that's more about, okay, I'm living in line with my purpose. I feel like I'm serving the greater good. Okay, I'm doing things that make me feel happy and fulfilled on a daily basis. Like, what does fulfillment even look like for you? Please go back to question 1. What do you need? Okay, so we are afraid of success because, yes, on the way to success, you will experience failure, because success means you have to put yourself out there and you have to try new things in order to get to success, and you might fail and people will see you fail. The higher monkey climb, the more I'm exposed. Caribbean people are full up. Caribbean African people, we are full up of these things. The higher monkey climb, the more I'm exposed. So the more you go after what you want, the more people will see you, the more they will know about you, more interest and attention you will get, and people can be terrible with that, so you're trying to avoid that. You are afraid of success because you don't actually think you deserve it, because you don't know if somebody like you deserves to be great, right? The meek shall inherit the earth, and all of the stories that we've heard about humility that we have deeply confused with this idea that you should small up yourself, right? So why does success scare you? And then the last question, the fifth question, and some people might say, well, why didn't you ask that first? Because you would not have been in this frame of mind if I had asked you this first. Why are you here? Question number 5, why are you here? What is the reason that you are on earth? Now, a lot of us feel like, I have the answers to nothing. Yes, you probably have the answers to nothing, but you are an answer to something. You are an answer to a question that the universe has posed to itself. The universe is intelligent by design. It does not make mistakes, and it does not put people here just to hold space, right? Those of you who come from the type of background where you have food in your stomach and a roof over your head, some of the time, you are ideally positioned to start that work, to do what the universe put you here for. And I'm saying this because I'm not one of those people who's going to lie to you and act like systemic inequalities don't exist and systemic inequalities don't make it more harder for people to walk in their purpose. It absolutely does. When there is no food in your stomach, it is very difficult for you to start thinking about, well, who am I and what do I want to be? But a lot of you actually have food and you have a roof. Might be a roof that you have to pay for month to month, but you have a roof. What are you here to do? When you die, what's the thing you want to leave behind while you're alive? What's the thing that you want to change? How is the world going to be different because you are here? Now, right now, you might feel like you're pulling away from this video because it's a big question and it's a lot of pressure. And you don't imagine yourself as the type of world-changing person. But you are. We all are, by design. It's up to us whether we decide to walk in that. It's up to us how we decide to move into that. But the universe is not here to waste space. The universe is basically like, the universe is a Caribbean mother. You know how them stay? Like, if like you drink the drinks and you leave a little bit of the drinks in the cup, them are going to sit down over you till you drink the last of the drinks, right? They're like that. The universe is like that. There's no waste. So, what's the question you're answering from the universe? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Right? So ask yourself these questions. Sit with the answer. Let it make you uncomfortable. Let it make you aware that you're actually so much greater than you'd ever imagine. Let it make you frightened at the capacity that's inside of you. Let it make you angry at the barriers that you've had to experience, that is unfair that you've had to experience, and let it vitalize you to start moving towards your most fulfilling life. And if you need support on that journey, then call me, because in addition to being a vlogger and an academic and an activist, I am also a life coach and an intuitive healer. And a part of my purpose on the earth is to support people in living their best lives and help them to illuminate those aspects of themselves that they have overlooked for years, because they just haven't remembered that it's okay for them to focus on having a life that feels good, and they have forgotten their own greatness. And even if you have forgotten your greatness, I remember it, and I'm here to hold space for it so that you can walk into it. My name is Carla Moore. You know me as Carla from MooreTalkJa. But my name is Carla Moore. I'm an artist, activist, academic, and alchemist. And I'm also a life coach. And I would love to work with you. And even if you don't, please just follow the 5 steps. Do what you need to do. Walk in your best life. The world might end soon. It might last for a long time. Otherwise, all of us need to get very serious about how we are spending our time. Love, peace, and chicken grease. You can find me at MooreTalkJa on Instagram, or you can email me mooretalkja@gmail.com. Okay, I love you, man. Goodbye.